How's it going, fellow YouTubers and eBay resellers? My name is Gabe Rogers, and thank you for stopping by my new channel, Nothing But Net Profit, where I like to talk about and focus on the number that I believe truly matters, and that's the amount of money that you actually put into your pocket. Not just the sale and how much it sells for, but the number you get to actually take home. So today I want to do sort of an eBay, what sold on eBay video, what sold in my store, and I already have it packaged up, so I'll be showing you my screen on my store homepage, or my seller's page, so you guys can see that, and I'll tell you how much it's sold for and how much I purchased it for, and then we'll talk about profit there. But before I start, I would like to take a second to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 21 years old. I've been selling on eBay since 2013. Prior to that, I helped my dad with his eBay business. So I really started with him at about 10 years old. He kind of showed me the ropes, and that's way back in the day. So I've got about 11 years experience. Granted, I was young when I started, but I believe that you can do it when you're young, and that's sort of kind of the vantage point that I would like to speak from is doing eBay as a younger person, but all principles apply to regardless of age. So without further ado, let's jump straight into my first video, what I sold on eBay in my store. Let's jump to my home screen now. Okay guys, so let's get straight to it. I'll be doing the weekend for the New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, so I'll start with December 30th. I sold a Nikon one-touch point-and-shoot film camera, very first off. So I get cameras only when I can get them at the Goodwill outlet store, where I pay 79 cents a pound for stuff. So this one was, 8 ounces, same with this, 8 to 12 ounces, so I paid about 50 cents a piece for these. This is also an Olympus point-shoot film camera. And if you guys want me to do a video in the future on film cameras and digital cameras in general, about flipping those for profit, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a video on that. So the Nikon sold. What I do is I put it, anytime I see a camera at Goodwill, I'll put it in my shopping cart, Goodwill, thrift stores, whatever. I'll put it in my shopping cart, and later on, prior to checking out, I will go on my eBay app and type in I will type in the brand of the camera, and then I'll put the model of the camera, which this one was Zoom 140 film camera. So, and then I click sold and see what they sold for, and that will let me determine not only what I can sell it for, but if it's even worth me buying in the first place. So this one, Olympus, I found the regular one, and then I also found the waterproof one, and I sold that 4 days ago, or 4 days before that one. So right here, it sold for $34 about. So that's the reason that sold for more is same model, but it is waterproof. So something to think about, the different variables when it comes to cameras. Here are a couple McDonald's toys that I had left over from a haul. I went ahead and threw them up. Why not? Get a couple bucks. Also, it's a great thing to do with these cheaper items to accumulate feedback on, say, those of you that are just starting out or a newer store. This store that I'm on happens to be one of my newer stores that I just started within the past 30 days. So that's a good way to accumulate good feedback. Here's a Christmas ornament which sold 6 days after Christmas. So it's kind of ironic, but I did run a sale after Christmas on Christmas ornaments and sold it for 50% off, and it sold rather quickly. Point being there that running a sale on eBay is effective. I believe I've done good. As you can see, these red numbers all are sales, and all are sales that I run on items, and very easy to do to run a sale in your store. If you guys would like to see how I do that personally, let me know in the comments and recommend that I do how to do a sale on your eBay store. Very easy, and I have it simplified so you guys, anybody can do it, I promise. Right here is rainbow vacuum attachments. So I sold this as attachments or parts for a vintage rainbow vacuum, which I have sold in the past. I've sold old Hoover vacuum parts, and I've sold lots of the old vacuum parts where salesmen would used to go door to door and offer, the types of vacuums or whatever to sell you at your doorstep. So this goes way back as far as when they're from. Like I said, guys, I got these. They're 12 ounces for the whole bundle here, and they sold for $30. That means I got them for 50 cents at the Goodwill outlet. I got them in the set, found them all together, and they sold for $30. So I bought them for 50 cents, sold them for 30. I'll take those all day long. Sales all day long. All right, and then we'll go up here. I sold 2 Brooks Brothers ties. Now the market as far as ties on eBay are kind of saturated. That's where you want to pick and choose brands, and I can go in depth, more into depth as far as ties in a future video. Just let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see that. But for what I sold, let's see, December 31st, 2 Brooks Brothers ties, which are reputable brands, good sellers. They may sit a little longer than you'd like for them to, but that's how ties go in a saturated market. So a gentleman actually offered me $10 a piece on these, and I paid a quarter for them at the Goodwill Outlet store. So $10 a piece is a good profit, and I shipped them out in the same package since it's the same buyer, combined shipping. And then right here, just a couple odds and ends that I had an auction for that I needed to get rid of. Like I said, it's selling the cheap items, and is a good way to accumulate good feedback. Now this is funny because this was a as-is. It's not for parts. It works. It just is in rough shape. This wireless gaming mouse didn't even have the battery cover on it, and I started at 99 cents. Ended up selling for $4.25. All 3 of these items, I paid less than a quarter for. And these were just excess. I didn't even pay for those, really. I've already made my money back. Here's an action figure that I got at the Goodwill Outlet stores, 3 ounces. So I paid about a quarter for those at 79 cents a pound. So I paid, about a quarter for this, and it sold for $9.49. Here's a big deal. Here's a bigger one. I found this guy at the Goodwill Outlet store. It's a Casio Tone keyboard synthesizer. Where'd you go? Keyboard synthesizer. And it's sold for, actually it says $199 with shipping. It sold for $140. So a guy offered me $140 for a best offer. And the reason why I took it is because I started this listing a couple days ago, and it sold January 1st. I wanted a quick flip with this, giving it is about 3 foot long and not easy to store. But the kicker here is I paid $2.53 for this. So $2.53 is what I paid for. Sold it for $140. That's quite the profit margin there, and I will take that all day long. Every day of the week. There's no point in being greedy. I would have sold it for $100 had he offered $100. So I got this for $2.53 because it was 3 pounds. I got it for 79 cents at the Goodwill Outlet store. Like I said, sold for $140. I will take that. And then here's a Star Trek Captain Kirk t-shirt. Not only is Star Trek has a nostalgia factor that play a big part in sales. So if you see Star Trek, Star Wars stuff, it's got a huge following. Both of them do. So here's a Star Trek, and this was a Kellogg's promotion. So this was actually from, I imagine you had to buy have a certain amount of Kellogg's cereal box tops or something like that, and mail in order to get this Star Trek Kellogg's cereal exclusive right here. So it's Captain Kirk's shirt. So this sold to a gentleman that was in Afghanistan, and he was I believe he was a soldier, he's a soldier in Afghanistan, and he bought it for his son, and they're going on to a Star Trek event. So shout out to Valley. I appreciate your business, and So yes, here's the shirt. It sold for $20. I paid 99 cents for it at my local, one of my church thrift stores that I like to frequent a lot. They have good stuff. So guys, that's it for what sold on eBay. There's 3 days of what I sold. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.